Hey YouTube, I just want to quickly show you guys how to craft an Endgame Quarterstaff, which is one tier below Mirror, I would say. And I searched online and I didn't really find any guides on it. I looked through a lot of videos and I was either not happy with the quality of the craft or with how they crafted it. So I just want to show you guys how to deterministically and easily craft a very good Quarterstaff for any type of fist-based weapon. And this is pretty expensive, so it will be at least 20 divines, but you will get a very good Quarterstaff at the end. So the first thing you have to do is we have to get a base with a fractured tier 1% physical damage. The tier 1% physical damage has at least an item level of level 82, and it has a very low weighting. It is around 0.05, which means you need around 2000 transmute and orcs, or you can buy it from someone else. Please make sure it's not tier 1% and hybrid combined. Please make sure that there's a tier 1% modifier you can fracture. In my case, I bought this Quarterstaff you can see here for 2 divines, and I fractured it using a fracturing orb. And the next thing you want to do is you use 2 Orb of Annulments to remove additional modifiers. And then you chaos spam away until you hit tier 1 crit. After you've hit your tier 1 crit chance, you want to exalt 2 prefixes on it. Make sure to not exalt suffixes. You have to use an Omen. The Omen is called Omen of Sinistral Exaltation. You can see I'm buying it here. I also bought an Omen of Great Exaltation to exalt 2 modifiers onto it. I used the Perfect Exalt, as you will see in a second here. Perfect Exalt will exalt 2 prefixes with a minimum modifier level of 50, so you can get lucky and hit tier 1 flat fist. You can hit some good modifiers if you're lucky and save a lot of money afterwards. In my case, I hit tier 2 lightning and tier 4 flat fist. If you hit complete trash, that's no problem. We'll remove these modifiers using essences. The first essence we need is an Omen of Sinistral Crystallization. This will remove a random prefix modifier if you use a perfect essence. So first of all, you need a perfect essence of battle, which will give you +5 to all attacks, and it removes a random prefix. In this case, it removed the flat fist, and I used another exalt to exalt another prefix. If you do not have lightning damage, let's say in this case I had tier 2 lightning damage, that's a pretty good modifier. If you have, let's say, a trash prefix like accuracy, you want to use another Omen of Crystallization with an Omen of perfect haste. This will give you onslaught on kill. In my case, I got very lucky. I removed the increased elemental damage and kept the tier 2 lightning. So now we have 3 suffixes which are perfectly done. And now all we need to do is try to get tier 1 flat fist using Desecration. So I use an ancient Jawbone and you use an Echoes to get a double reveal. And you try to hit that tier 1 flat fist or tier 2 flat fist is both fine. This is a very expensive process and will cost you a lot of divines, depending on your luck. I didn't get it on the first try. I think I tried like 3 times and I didn't get it. And at the end, I settled for weapon elemental damage right here. I settled for tier 1 weapon elemental damage because the roll was high. It's not better than flat fist, but it's probably good enough for now. And once I have more currency, I will continue to craft. But that's basically how you craft a weapon. So just to show you again on Craft of Exile, you have your 1% fist damage fractured, and you chaos spam until you get your crit chance. Then you use Omen of Sinistral Exaltation, and you exalt twice. And usually you will get trash. So we want to remove the trash, and we can do this by using an Omen of Sinistral Crystallization, which will make the next perfect or corrupted essence remove only prefix modifiers. Since our tier 1% physical damage is fractured, there's no way to remove it, so we'll first use a perfect essence of battle. I'll just do this manually since it doesn't work in here, since it doesn't recognize it as a fractured mod. So you do this twice, Omen of Sinistral Crystallization, and then you do perfect essence of haste. And this will guarantee to remove these 2 prefixes. Now you'll end up with a fractured tier 1%, a critical strike chance suffix, a +5 level of attacks, and onslaught on kill. And now we have to finish the prefixes. Again, we can in this case just exalt it for another prefix. Most of the time it's trash. Then we use another Omen of Sinistral Crystallization, and we use a perfect essence of Abrasion. Now, since our tier 1% is fractured, we can only remove the other prefix, and you'll end up with something like this. And now you have to use an ancient Jawbone, which is quite expensive. It's around 2 divines. And you have to reveal it. If you're lucky, you're able to reveal it to 2 Fizz. And this is how your weapon in the end would look like. And runes you can choose up to you. This is how you craft a very much endgame weapon for any Fizz type of weapon you want to do. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing for more videos in the future. I'm also streaming on Twitch in case you have questions about the crafting itself. And yeah, thank you guys for watching the video.